How did the Green Bay Packers win the NFL draft with only 6 picks and no first rounder? Allow me to explain. Okay guys, so what were our needs coming into this NFL draft? Think about it. What do we need? Everybody knows we needed a corner, right? And at least one, and maybe a star, right? Okay, what did they do? Second round, they get a guy who slid a little farther than people thought, pro-ready, Brandon Cisse. I think he fits a lot of their metrics, athletic. I think he could come in and start right away with Keyshawn Nixon, guys. I think he's going to help us right away. Okay, what else do we need? Okay, defensive tackle. We're switching to a 3-4. Jonathan Gannon's coming in. We don't really have that big guy in the middle. Hargrave's going to be great. Wyatt's going to be great. But is there a guy that can really clog up the middle with a big size? They trade up. They're aggressive. They go and get Chris McClellan, Missouri. I think that's a move that a lot of people feel like they reached, right? Here's why I don't think it's a reach. Think about all those guys coming out of college and those defensive tackle prospects this year and many years past. What if a lot of them do well? One thing, they either defend the run really well or they get after the passer really well. I think Chris McClellan does both at a pro-ready level, and I mean, it's evident. He had 6 sacks last year, 8 tackles for loss, 46 tackles. Those are career highs for him. I think he's going to come in and help them right away, and I think he could start at nose tackle right away. So that's great. Helps the Packers win the Super Bowl this year. And then what do they do, guys? What else do you need? Okay, Micah Parsons is going to be out for maybe the first 4 games, hopefully not. But if he is, what do they need? A little more edge depth, right? Because you got LVN, Sorrell, Oliver, Brenton Cox. They need one more guy that can maybe emerge as a starting caliber player while Micah Parsons is gone. Okay, they get a guy who slid, right? Who's a top-level prospect, maybe 60 to 80 range, and he slid all the way to 120. He fits their athletic thresholds, all of the above, denied Dennis Sutton, Penn State. Pro-ready school. These schools build these guys for the NFL. You go and grab a guy like that. Okay, great. That helps you. That helps you win the Super Bowl this year. And then what are you thinking, guys? I'm thinking, man, they could use some more interior O-line help because they've got a lot of youth there, right, between Belton and Ryan. And Banks, not necessarily youth, but he wasn't great last year, right? Okay, so maybe you get some depth there. Guys that have been getting hurt, whatever, right? Okay, they go and get Jagger Burton, a guy who I think could come in and, you know, some people think he's going to be our starting center of the future. I think he could come in and play guard right away if one of those guys in the middle goes down. So that's big. I didn't love the depth that they had there coming into this draft, and I think they solved it by getting a player from Kentucky like that, who I think can come in, and as he said, keep Jordan Love's jersey clean right away. And then, right, guys, what did we need? We needed another corner, and I think they needed bodies there, and they go get what? Pro-ready program, Alabama, Damani Jackson. I think he can help them right away, too. He can come in and compete with guys like Valentine and even guys in the back end when Kamal Haddon gets healthy. I think he's going to come in and be a part of what they're doing at the cornerback position right away. And then, guys, what else? What else? We all know we all knew they needed to be better at the kicker position. Whether it was moving on from McManus or him getting healthy and more consistent, they needed something different at kicker because for years since Mason Crosby, it's been this and this and this and this. I think they finally got their guy. And you know how I think that? Because they traded up and were aggressive about it. They had no qualms with giving up 2 7th-round picks to go up and get a kicker. The best kicker coming out in this draft, they clearly really liked him. And I think they want to be different there now. I think they want consistency, a long-term answer, because Brandon McManus is the oldest player on the team. I think they want the long-term answer, said and done, finally lock it in, and Trey Smack from Florida. Can he kick in this cold weather? Let's train him to do it. I'm excited about what he can do for us. And now we've got a kicker competition which will bring out the best. Who can withstand the pressure? Your job is on the line. All 3 of these guys, Haversick, McManus, and now Smack. The Packers are going to get the best kicker of those 3, and they're going to keep him around. And hopefully it's the guy they just invested a lot of capital in. But, guys, a lot of these other teams across the NFC, even the NFC North, I'm thinking about, first one that comes to mind is what the Rams did. They picked a quarterback with their first pick. We're helping our team now win a Super Bowl. And that's not something the Packers have done for a long time, and I think they made a concerted effort. By only picking 6 guys that I really feel like can come in and help them right away, I think they're doing something a little bit different this year, and then they're stacking picks for next year. Who knows what they'll do with those, but this year they got better right away, and I'm excited about it, guys. You should be ecstatic. Maybe you felt like they reached on McClellan. Well, they got their guy, and I think he does both things well. That's great. They got their kicker. They got 2 corners, and one of them's a pro-ready looking player that I think could start right away. Guys, what else could you want? I mean, you should be excited about what we just did. I know I am. God bless the Green Bay Packers, and go Pack Go.